All right, Demacia Bannermen. Basically a good old-fashioned beatdown deck. We got a pretty reasonable curve of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 6. We've got various challenger units like Fleet Feather Tracker to give us a little bit of interaction, and things like single combat to remove blockers and stuff like that. We got some things like Ranger's Resolve for some combat tricks. Fiora, as example, as a card, while she is an alternative win condition, if you can level her up and have her kill 4 things, in large part, we're just playing her because she's an aggressive card that also allows us to interact with our opponent's stuff by pulling them into combat. At the top end of our curve, we've got things like Sithra the Bold, as well as Genevieve Elmhart, which powers up our squad and gives us, lets us close games out fairly quickly. Our second champion here past Fiora is Garen, who levels up when he's struck twice, and notably this has regeneration, so it heals fully at the start of each round. And then his leveled mode at round start, Rally. So Rally here says if you don't have the attack token, gain 1. So when Garen levels, basically you get to attack every single turn. So every other turn your opponent attacks, but you also get to attack. Let's go ahead and pop on into some games here with this and see how it goes. Howdy, Legit Advice. Okay, opponent is playing the Deep, so we're looking to mulligan 2 aggressive cards here. So we're going to mulligan these 2 pieces of removal, looking for some additional threats. Pretty good start here. We'll get to go Fleet Feather Tracker on 1, into Brightsteel Protector on 2, give this a barrier, attack, hook something. The Bilgewater music is S tier. For people that are new to Runeterra, by the way, if you're wondering why the music changed while we're playing, the music is dictated by which board you use, and you control which board you use and which music you hear. So we were previously playing on Jinx's board, now we're playing on the Pirate board. So this has a barrier, so it doesn't take damage this turn the first time, so it gets to eat their 1/1, which is nice. This actually works out pretty well, so I get to Fiora here, and then we're going to run back a similar play. We'll get to Brightsteel Protector, put a barrier on her, and then she'll get to attack in and hook this and kill it. Now, it's important the way I sequence my attackers here, because combat resolves left to right. So I want my challengers up first, because both of these could gain my opponent life, but notably you can't gain above 20. So I want the potential life gain to happen before I hit them with these things. Does this work the way I want it to? If I give her tough, does she keep her barrier? Let's find out, because I think it's still good to give tough here regardless. She does not. So she's going to lose her barrier, and that's fine. But we still keep her, right? We're still going to keep her, and this lets this live as well, which is nice. And then just really impressive curve for us here. We're going to get to play Swiftwing Lancer on their turn, and then we're going to get to play Sithra the Bold on our next turn and attack them for a good chunk. So they're going to Thresh here, which will probably kill Fiora, I assume, but that's not too big of a deal. See if they have a vengeance here. If they don't have a vengeance, we should be in a pretty good spot.
Small, but she ain't lacking courage.
Okay, so everything else is gonna get fearsome, so this won't be able to block. However, these will be able to block. I think I want to do this to force their hand. Oh, she doesn't gain fearsome. She doesn't give herself fearsome. That's fine. Listen, chat, I play Magic the Gathering. I'm not particularly literate. Okay, opponent is deep here, but their board is empty starting their turn. So hopefully we're gonna get one more turn and get to kill them. Yep, they don't have mana for Ruination. I'll get to go threat, open attacks next turn. So it's going to be important that I chump block here because I don't want to die to an atrocity. So when they attack with this, I'm going to chump block with this.
Press on. Raise the banner.
And we're going to open attacks here. Really, really good example of the power of our deck here in the first game. So if I start by attacking, my opponent does not get a chance to play slow spells or blockers beforehand. That was, yeah, our curve was phenomenal that game. Just super, super impressive. Honestly not sure we could have drawn up a better sequence there for ourselves. Iona, Piltover, Jess, Terminator. Is it crazy just to keep all of these? Maybe I mulligan Badger Bear because I have Fiora as a 3-drop already. Look for a 2. I think I want to keep the Ranger's Guile. This is likely a control deck, so I think I want to keep the Ranger's Guile. I get by with a little help from my friends. Never didn't have it. A true skill game, chat. Yeah, I'm almost through everything in my deck queue. If we get through everything in my queue, I'll probably add some things in myself for Runeterra. But for now, I'm just working through the queue. I think we just open on Bannermen here, or do I open on this so I can hold? Oh, now we just do that. Just bank a little spell mana here. unfortunate. Maybe I should have barriered this. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have barriered the 2-1. I should have barriered the 2-1. I think I punted that. Do you got me? Do ya?
A symbol worth fighting for.
You do. You do in fact got me. I yield my time. So, she has the scout mechanic, which says if only scouts attack the first time each round, you get to attack again. So if I lead on an attack with her, we'll get to attack a second time with her and everything else. Agreed.
Steel is yours.
I see every move.
So, next turn we're going to have 7 mana. So we can do this.
Order, entropy, a never-ending cycle.
That might not be beatable. I can, like, they're passing.
Raise the banner. Lift our spirits.
So, like, next turn I can do this into this. But, like, how many spells are they gonna cast? How many turrets are they gonna put down in the meantime? Like, do I just open attacks here? Is the play just open attacks rather than get my scout down? And like try and detain this and then play these out next turn and then open on attacks again? Yeah, I'm gonna lose her temp +1/+1. And it doesn't force anything, like they're gonna have removal spells here.
Oh dear.
Okay. Keep in mind, if you would like to critique my play, that is fine and welcome, and I'm always looking to learn. However, the critique, I wouldn't do that with no other justification, is not welcome in my chat explicitly. You need to give me a why. Give me details. Help me understand why I should make a play different. Because if you're not helping me understand why, you're just telling me that I'm wrong and crapping on my choice. And just telling me I'm wrong and crapping on my choice is not welcome here. Yeah, the detain here looks real good. At the risk of getting blown out later, I'm going to fizz shoulders here.
The answer is here, somewhere.
I have Ranger's Resolve to protect my 3/3. So I think that's okay. Like I kind of want them to like put something in front of here so I can range resolve and get them. Yeah, I think opening attacks was correct too. That's why I did it. I'm open to being wrong, but just like, hey, you're wrong doesn't do it. Ooh.
The sweet smell of science. A sturdy construction. Follow my lead. Eureka!
Yeah, hopefully they're dead here. If you're ever wondering not only when I'm live, but what I'm streaming when, you can always find my schedule, including what games I intend to play at which parts, up on my website. That's pretty good.
Their pride will cost them.
So they stunned her so she couldn't attack. I think I'm just killing an elusive, but like they have another free one, right? Attacks with everything don't do anything. I think I just pass. And like hope to open attacks next turn and her fearsome to have us win then. Did I have 5 attackers to their 3 blockers? Yeah, I think you're right? Because they had Heimer. Yeah, maybe playing the scout is wrong there again. Can definitely see that. We literally have like 5 removal spells in our deck, and like we probably would have won this game if I had played better, so I feel like I probably should just play better rather than make other decisions. Making good plays is busted. Big agree. Now, next turn, do I attack with everything or do I attack with the scout first? Oh, is that the one where 2 of your things strike something? We didn't start the ore? I think I'd agree with that. I'm pretty medium on detain in general. Yeah, I'd be pretty okay with that swap.
Hold nothing back.
It counts as striking for Fiora and Garen. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, this was a really close game. The turn I played the Elmheart out rather than just opening attacks with the Sithra the Bold was definitely a mistake.
I'll write my own story.
It just slipped away from us at this point, right? Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear.
I won't back down.
Alright, don't get excited me, bro. Don't do it. Have a heart. Don't +3 attack me.
It's a long path to get here.
No, the modern deck was actually good today. It was a good set. We learned some things. The new card was sweet.
Follow my lead.
She doesn't have Fearsome, right? Okay, but they only have 3 blockers the rest of these. They need to have something. Oh, no! Oh, no! I should have ordered her last, chat. I should have ordered her last. Oh, no. Stupid game and its player agency and letting me make bad decisions. I don't know if we were dead there, but I was done playing. Yeah, they could have blocked to live either way, but we would have been better off, and they would have been forced to gain less life or choose differently. I'm gonna swap Strike in for Detain. I think this card's much better. As someone mentioned, it counts as striking for both Garen and Fiora. Alright, got some Zed. Some Zed here, some Aggro. Definitely mulliganing the Bold. I'm gonna keep the Combat Trick in the Aggro mirror. The fact that they're an elusive aggro deck probably means this is gonna be challenging for us. Hey, Davtex, thanks for the thanks for 3 quarters. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Runeterra. I'm glad you're liking it too. It's been great. We've had 500-600 people in here for Runeterra every day. Love to see it.
I'm actually here.
I think looking back, my average viewer count for Magic recently had been like in the 800-ish range. So like getting 75% of that in a different game is pretty reasonable.
Everything's better with company.
It's my opinion on Vimer. I don't really have a strong opinion on the deck. Seems beatable every time we play against it. Hey, that's not a bad one.
I am the blade in the darkness.
Full speed ahead.
I have many faces.
I think I'm gonna do this and this. The kind of deck I'd like to play. I don't know that I really have a type of deck that I like or dislike more than any others. We play a pretty wide range of things here. We played Heimer VI, I think, once or twice before. I think it's actually in the deck queue, so we're gonna get back to it again here soon. Hey, Dimstar, thanks for 17 months. Welcome back. just super clunky in a post-burst world, Nivik.
Time for a leap of faith.
Okay. So we attack with my scout to start here. Because we attack with just scouts to start, we get another combat step. Okay, I'm gonna trade these here. I can't block their stuff, so getting in a trade when I can seems profitable.
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting face.
Everyone here? Let's go.
We just get our challenger down here.
Never see us coming.
The unyielding nerf in this game actually gave me an incredible amount of... The unyielding nerf in this game gave me an incredible amount of respect for the people balancing Runeterra. The fact that they decided to nerf that card simply because it was a negative play experience for most people is a big thing. I think a lot of Magic's issues for the last year and a half or so have been largely due to the fact that they refuse to nerf things that create god-awful play experiences.
Hang on, Buzzball.
I think Magic would be a much better game if Wizards did bans or nerfs or whatever they can do for things like Teferi and Nexus and stuff like that.
Old masks let young eyes see clearly.
Strength in grace, beauty in the blade. Try me.
This is stream sponsored. It is not. As a heads up, in the United States and in first world countries, you are legally required to disclose if you're being paid to stream something. So the very first Runeterra stream I did was sponsored by Riot. The dozens of subsequent streams I have done have not been sponsored streams. It's sponsored by viewers like you. It's exactly correct. Good chance we die to elusive stuff popping out. End of turn and next turn. We were the sponsors all along. That's pretty good. The elusive thing's gonna live. Best draw in our deck is one of our 4 pieces of removal for sure.
Move with purpose.
So their unit is elusive there, which means I cannot block it except with other elusive units. Yeah, we need a piece of spot removal there to be in that game. Thanks for being here, Carbonated. Yeah, and if you're someone that's new, you've wandered in from the Runeterra section, welcome. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream card games full-time here on Twitch. Been splitting my time between Magic and Runeterra these days. We usually play pretty much all constructed here for both of those games, and I try to get through one to two decks every single day. If you enjoy the content, you can't always catch me live. Everything I stream gets archived on my YouTube channel and my website. I cut it up deck by deck, so it's easy to find just the decks you care about to watch. I don't know that, like, elusives necessarily need to be nerfed. I know a lot of people have been complaining about them, but I don't know that I necessarily agree with their complaints. I think, like, an evasive aggro deck that punishes people who aren't interactive is, like, fine. I full mulliganed that hand because I was looking for 1 and 2 drops, and we were rewarded here with 1 and 2 drops. I don't know about Skyrim, Nivik, but I should set up the capture card for my Nintendo Switch that I have in my basement. And I wouldn't mind broadcasting some of the games the kids and I play on occasion. We've been playing Minecraft Dungeons and regular Minecraft and different Lego games. That could be fun to do at some point. When's the next card content patch? August, I believe we get new cards.
My shield is yours. Honor guide me. Got me.
Yeah, if you're a parent with small children, Minecraft Dungeons is a great game to play with them. It's like feels very Diablo 2-esque with a kid-appropriate IP. So, Questbard, I think a big part of why people think elusives are oppressive in this game without thinking twice about flying in Magic. No, I don't think it has anything to do with reach. I think it's largely due to the fact that Magic has so many non-games in it already that, like, when you lose a non-game to your opponent having flying creatures, you're just like, yeah, that's Magic. Sometimes you just die. Yeah, Magic is a lot less interactive than Runeterra is on average. And I think what players are willing to tolerate is reflected by that. So by playing out my 3-4, I give them a chance to play out something here as a blocker, but I think that's fine. Where am I from? I'm from the middle of Illinois. If you're familiar with the Midwest, I am like equidistant St. Louis, Chicago, and Indianapolis. About 2.5 hours from each of them.
I'll make corpses of them.
The Consecrated Strike here could surprise level Garen. I could also just strike both of these into Gangplank here. What do we think of that? I think I kind of like that. I think the core game design of Runeterra is a fundamentally better core game engine than Magic the Gathering has. I think the biggest thing Magic the Gathering has going for it over Runeterra is the depth of its card pool with 20 years of cards.
My heart is for Demacia.
And I think if Riot is able to successfully pump out content patches if Riot is successfully able to pump out cards every 2 months like they said they planned to, I think this game's got a real bright future. I'm gonna attack here. Oh, I should have attacked with both of these. I'm dumb. I should have attacked. There's no reason not to attack with both. I'm so dumb. Just missed some damage. I was gonna say, I'm gonna attack here, and if they block, I'll have the other one fight it, but I don't know, maybe they didn't block because I only attacked with one. They overthought it.
Carved from the savage cove.
Hold fast.
Do I do this and then Garen's Judgment here? It levels him, but then trades for this? Am I okay with that? I don't know that I'm okay with that. I could put this out here, and then Garen's Judgment, this, strike these, and then these will trade. I can also just, like, take the hit, play some units out, and then attack next turn. Like, level Garen in combat. I'm gonna go to 8.
Ye started without me.
Alright, so now I have 11 total mana. I'm gonna Bright Steel this. And then we'll get into combat here. If they have, like, a parlay into a warning shot, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Because this levels their Sajani. So if they have, like, a warning shot here, we're basically just dead. The arena economy is incredibly predatory, but its Magic is a reasonable game usually. So it's like something we put up with, even though the market is incredibly predatory.
Choices.
So if they have a warning shot or a way to deal damage to me at instant speed, wow, this just worked. Is Runeterra free to play? Yes, Runeterra has both the best free to play economy and the best pay to play economy of any digital card game I've ever played. It is incredibly good. Incredibly reasonable. Rex doesn't even end us here, which is nice.
Roll, my warriors.
Okay, so they have Sajani here.
You own what you take.
Own all we see.
I think we're dead, right? Because this is gonna hit us, then frostbite our stuff. I guess I could play stuff out. Am I dead no matter what? Is that accurate? I feel like that's not accurate. Oh, because they're gonna hook this, right? Because it's vulnerable. I don't know that we're gonna live, but this gives us, like, maybe something. It means we're not dead in combat, so we need to, like, take more game actions.
Press on. Bristle, attack.
I stand ready.
What's up?
Remember the fall.
You got that guy?
There's
You like that guy?
Yeah. Why you got that guy? I need that guy.
I don't know.
You do never now? Go, we never.
This game.
I'm happy.
I can help you guys pick out a new level after I'm done with work, okay?
Happy. Well, so we and the game will be pop level. So please.
I will help you. Actually, Jacob, bring the switch in here, and I'll help you pick out a level in here, and then you can bring it back out, okay? I forgot that. It's gonna be okay. Just bring the switch in here, and I will fix it, okay? Very carefully. Walk nicely, please. Karma, easy karma. Ranger Resolve, probably good. I'm gonna mulligan these two looking for some cheaper threats, but Ranger Resolve is gonna be good to protect my threats against their burn spell. RTX voice hates. RTX voice dislikes high-pitched noises, high-pitched voices, because if you train your AI with a sexist set of data, it will give you sexist results. So, believe it or not, intentionally or not, NVIDIA did their initial training and data set with predominantly male and lower-pitched voices. So it tries to filter out. RTX and machine learning in general is whatever the people that make it create it to be. Yeah, and in fact, they're working to retrain it, right? Like they're collecting data from people. They have a thing where people can submit voice samples to help train it better. But their initial set. There you go. Carry it nice. Walk slowly, please, and close my door. I know that a Magic player is the head of Runeterra development. Yeah, Steve Rubin, right? I believe Steve Rubin is the one. He's a Pro Tour champion. He won a Pro Tour when I really started diving into Standard for the first time. Thereabouts, RTR. This feels like a double Mystic Shot turn, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Tough in response to this first one. So that way they can't play another Mystic Shot and kill her. Alright, sure. Our start here, we've had some good starts so far today. Our start we have this game is very bad. The fact that we didn't have a 1 or 2 drop against their control deck is rough for us.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
I'm up. Someone, when we played Easy Karma Control yesterday, some people said that Chump Wump was the card people are playing in it. Seems reasonable.
Here we go.
Open on attacks. Since it's a scout. Give interest in rival tourneys or such for Runeterra. Yeah, maybe I'd play a tournament at some point. I don't know that I have I exactly have a lot of time for that in my life right now. I know the upcoming Rivals thing I had poked my Twitch rep about, but they explicitly need people to play all 3 games, and I don't really have a strong interest in learning I don't have a strong interest in learning how to play like Teamfight Tactics and League of Legends to play all 3. Oh, my rep said he thought you had to play all 3 of them. Oh, 1 person sits out each time. Okay. don't know. I could probably learn teamfight tactics.
Excuse you.
It's hard to test for the Glandy Open, the world of never-ending Nexus decks. I mean, you can't test in general, Kroos, because the Nexus decks and Gruul decks might not even be legal come Monday. Like, there's a reason why I'm not playing Historic on stream right now, right? Because, like, they were idiots and announced that they were lame ducking their formats. Very, very frustrating. Maybe I'm supposed to save this for Ezreal or Karma. I don't know. This is good value. It uses my mana here, which is nice. It's not a terrible card. Probably want to play 2/3 drops this turn and then play like Sithra next turn and get an attack in.
Where there is life, there is hope.
Beamer, you go for the ankles. I got the knees.
You go for the ankles, I've got the knees.
By my honor, you must die.
Think I want to open attack with my scout here.
Rowdy.
Speaking of old man playing in Reflexes games, Declan's been playing. We got him Overwatch for the Switch, so he would stop pestering me to play it on my computer. And it's actually kind of neat in the Pro controller for the Switch. You can set it up so you can look around by physically moving the Pro controller around instead of using the second joystick to do it. Actually makes it for like I was never a big fan of first persons on noob sticks, but with the way you look around with it is kind of neat. Is he any good? Probably not. Is Sithra lethal? I could also, like, Vanguard plus Protector the Vanguard and attack with a bunch of stuff. If I Sithra and attack with both of these, they just have to chump block with that, right? I think I'm gonna do this into Brightsteel Protector here. Noob sticks, get out of here, old man. Listen, I grew up in a time where the people in my friends group were fiercely divided between the people that were playing Halo on the Xbox and those of us that were playing 1.6 on the PC. There was not a lot of overlap between those two.
You insist on fighting when you could step aside.
You cannot tell the wind to change direction.
AKA the ones that were playing on PC are the ones that were wrong. Curious what's different between WotC saying or announcing changes on Monday and Riot announcing there'll be regular balance patches, because, well, the big difference in my mind is Riot's balance changes don't necessarily make decks unplayable for starters, and two, Riot again communicates clearly what they're looking at for balance changes. So, like, if you want to work on decks and explicitly don't want to work on decks that are going to get balance changes, we know what decks and cards they're looking at to potentially implement balance changes for. Whereas Wizards is just like, hey, changes might be coming to Historic, Modern, and Pioneer and Pauper. Good luck, fuck you. Like, that's what it feels like to me. Like, hey, BTW, something might happen to this giant list of formats. We're not telling you what. Yeah, an insert, but the secondary market claims here. Using the barrier on the scout, have allowed more damage with the scout attack. I attacked with the scout. You must have missed it. I attacked with the scout that turn. They just didn't block. No, I actually think the comparison of chat of this deck to mono green is comparable. This is like a beefy monsters deck, which is way more comparable to mono green than the mono white.
Flavor and spice.
So, here's an interesting question. Do I play Elmheart here, giving up the +1/+1, so I can open on attacks with the scouts next turn? Or do I just play Sithra and then open on attacks with everything? Sithra open with everything is probably better, right? If I open with scouts, they could have a removal spell. Yeah, they're at 2, they're just like all lethal.
To me.
I think Sithra open everything is right.
Don't hold back.
No one goes hungry.
Math is for the eye. Alright, there's a health potion.
Collect your thoughts. Peace has its cost by force of will.
Rain from a cloudless sky.
Rough. Alright, we knew they had this, right? Because they recalled it. Their karma's dead, though. Their karma's dead, though. And, like, their colors don't play a sweeper. So, like, they should hopefully be dead to open attacks next turn. Yeah, their Ezreal is ready to level, but that also doesn't seem...
Time for a true display of skill.
Always 2 steps ahead.
Watch and learn.
You've killed my 2-1.
Charge! They don't know what they're up against.
You know, so people that have played a little bit more Runeterra than me, why is the deck I'm playing not played more?
Quiet of the woods.
Like, obviously we haven't played a ton with it yet today, but it seemed really good the time we spent playing with it so far. Hello, girls. You have baby cam? So, I think so. Isn't she adorable? Can you say hi, Haley? You're a good girl. You being good for your mom today? Burrito child.
Nothing stands in our way. Oh God.
Alright, and then these are all gonna gain fearsome. Oh, I should technically put the ones that are gonna be blocking last, right? So I want to do this.
How's Runeterra today?
Put this here. It's not fast. Oh, it is bad against elusives. Okay, I believe that. Terra is fun. Magic was good this morning too.
Buddy.
Oh.
Sometimes the little miss gets angry, chat.
Are you angry? You're okay. You're okay. I love you. Are you ravenous today?
Yes.
As I expected.
You think it's bad against Heimer and Nivea? Okay, hopefully we can run into that matchup and see how it feels. I can see that though. The Heimer and Nivea deck, or the Braum and Nivea deck, Heimer and Nivea are two different decks. Do you think it's bad against the control decks? We can queue into one or both of those and see how it feels. Misfortune Lucian, so another aggressive deck. I'm gonna mulligan the 4 and the 5, looking for some 2s to fill in our curve. That's not terrible. Combat trick. Caca! Caca!
I'm actually here.
A Bannerman with Misfortune Splash is tier 2. It's played some, but many consider it. Many just play Noxious Aggro instead. Alright. If they attack with a 3-2, I think I'm going to take the trade here. Listen, chat, I'm past the point in my card game career where I need to feel smart while playing my card game. I mean, I don't need a big brain deck, okay?
They would fall by my blade. I will cut you down. Try me.
Could have been.
Don't get in my way.
See if they open attacks here. If they don't open attacks, I might Brightsteel Protector. Okay. That sound kind of sounds like how Haley sounds when she's looking for something to eat. Just like, I am hungry. Please feed me. I've got some bad news for you, Kyle. Most of the people posting PragerU articles know what their source is, and they don't care. Think I'd rather kill Misfortune than Lucian. They both make blocking hard. That's pretty good. Let me have some semblance of hopes. Apologies. So will Sithra on their turn into 2/2/2 on our next turn and then beat them down? Yeah, I don't know if you've still got hope left after the last 3 years. You're way more optimistic than me. Ugh.
I've got your back.
Lead our charge.
Demacia. forever.
If they attack, do I block with Garen? I guess leveling Garen going into our turn isn't a big deal. We want him leveled going into their next turn so we have a combat. Thanks, Sans Serif. Yeah, end round. Alright, so we just play a bunch of 2s out here, right? And then beat them down?
You're covered. My shield is yours.
Barrier up, fam.
Flavor and spice. No one goes hungry.
Please, yeah, please don't settle the wreckage. You know, honestly, like,
My kind of party.
the way sweepers feel in this game, and I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know if it's how much mana they cost on average, or what exactly, but sweepers in this game don't feel nearly as bad as sweepers on average do in Magic. I mean, this is fine, right? Like, this is unyielding, but Garen's gonna level here. That's a good observation. Yeah, the fact that you could open attacks in the priority system just makes sweepers feel less bad. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. So, leveled Garen lets me rally on their turn, so as soon as we get priority, I get to attack here.
What's the plan?
We shoot them.
Eat up, friend.
That's a good observation too, Plaid. When they sweep, you get resources again on the next turn, so you're not waiting to redeploy your stuff till your next turn. So that means you're not waiting a full turn cycle to get to attack again. No, there's a few different sweepers, dude. So Wrath of God costs 9, the Wrath of God equivalent. But like, there's the deal 1 to everything, gain 1. There's Box, there's Avalanche. Yeah, effectively every card having haste helps too. Big agree. Whale, Twisted Fate's a good one too. Yep. You want to mulligan everything except Fiora, looking for 1s and 2s here. Alright, we can see the last time we played against Elusive Aggro, it felt hard, so let's see if it feels like a challenge here again. Fiora in the opener and single combat are good openers to have against Noxious. It's a great pickup here as well. But do you think Magic can learn from Runeterra not talking about the economy? I don't know. The Magic right now, I think, is at an all-time low in terms of in-game player agency. I think I'm going to hold on to that so we can go Fiora on their turn, play this on our 4.
Darkness.
Yeah, the eye and the turn timer for Magic Arena, I think, are big ones. Big agree.
In the field. You call me commander. Missed your chance to run.
So, if Cena sees Lucian die, she gets bigger and gains double attack. If Lucian sees Cena die, he levels up. Trog, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. How's a good draw?
I've got your back.
That's unfortunate. How are the other decks today? The other Runeterra deck was only okay. The modern deck was really good. Which is that. Nice change of pace. I think I'm just passing here. Because of the barrier. Garen's a nice pickup.
Show them our strength.
What is strength without style?
Pledge yourself to the shadows.
I think I just do this.
This will be quick. My gun does the talking.
Oh, this sets up the challenger to kill my Garen. That's loose. That's a good one. I actually think that's a really good takeaway that I hadn't thought about. Runeterra, and this is something that Magic has struggled with, instead of making cards more powerful, make them more flexible. I think is a really good piece of feedback that Magic could stand to learn from this game. The fact that your threats double as answers in this game is a huge deal.
Honor guide me. Try me.
Can't fight on an empty stomach.
So, punished for not putting War Chefs into Fiora there. Could have played around their tough. Maybe should have. Outboard presence to get in there.
Another victory for House Laurent.
House Laurent. Yeah, actually, I think that's a really good takeaway. More flexible cards, more modal cards, more is it charms. More is it charms. More is it charms, less Uros. I was looking for a good less comparison. More is it charms, less Uros, I think is what I would like to see. You're right, Jeff. Teferi should have also been able to bounce Planeswalkers. It's funny because it's sad.
This'll shake up.
You're covered.
For the record, I think Teferi's a great example of a card where if Magic was a fully digital game, Teferi would be a fine card. Because I think there's like 3 or 4 different designs that Teferi is really close to that are perfectly fine, that they're just not able to turn him into because their game is, you know, a decade old.
Got your back.
I think Teferi's incredibly close to being fine.
For the glory of Demacia!
However many decades, chat. It's real old.
Show them our metal!
It's real old. Do you have a transfusion? You do. Became a new game when they added Planeswalkers. I actually like that. I think that's probably a fair take. Throw it at a 15 here, and this is gonna live.
Look what you did.
Why do you put the challengers at the right all the time? In case they have some kind of combat trick that, like, gives them lifelink. It's just a good habit to get into. Magic's old enough that it remembers when the U.S. had a budget surplus. Oh, that's great.
It's a long path to get here.
Yep, yeah, the fact that attacking goes left to right in this game is a huge bit of strategic depth. Adds a lot of sequencing decisions to the game.
No path ends here.
It's new to the stream. Burn Deck is trying to kill my 6/6. The game is over.
I'll handle this myself.
My strength is yours.
None shall oppose me.
Did we just die?
Command you to halt.
No, we're going to 4. All right. Whew. That's close. Darius burn spells, our last 2 cards, pretty good.
Right on!
Yeah, this text build's super good. I think if people are looking for recommendations for good Runeterra decks to pick up to start with, this one seems super reasonable. It's probably reasonably playable without the second hero too, like Garen. I think Fiora is pretty necessary for the bottom of your curve, but you could definitely budget out Garen in this deck, I think. Hey, Brahmanivia. Sweet. I'm glad we're playing this matchup. Someone else earlier said they thought this matchup would be difficult for us. Just interested to see how it feels like it's going to play out. Easy mulligan on the 6-drop in the opener. 1, 2, 3. It's just curvometry. What could it be? Yeah, someone else said that this archetype splashes for misfortune sometimes. I could see that being fine over Garen. Garen hasn't been bad either, though. Like, misfortune's fine, but, like, Garen also hasn't been bad.
Flavor and spice. A chill in the air. Arrows at the ready.
Misfortune plus challenger strong? Sure. It's also she's also good with scouts.
Save your worlds. We speak with blades.
So this gives it supported ally +1/+1. So my Fiora is going to become a 4/4 here, which will let her eat the 3/1. Which is nice. I don't have anything lined up to play next turn, so we want to draw something that costs 4 or less here. Another 6 here feels really bad. Our deck's not very good at leveraging spell mana, so missing a play is a big deal.
Why have we never sparred, Fiora?
The outcome was obvious.
The outcome was obvious. Sorry, I'm a real tough guy. This cantrip is so good. It's so good. Oh yeah. Just get the tough tough emote too. How'd that one feel? It felt good. Above average even. Matchup seems real hard, chat. Matchup seems real hard, chat. Chat told me this was gonna be difficult. Come on, chat.
Something ancient stirs.
Lead our charge.
Lead our charge. Are you playing against Sparky?
Do my best.
No one goes hungry.
Oh, I technically didn't need to war chest this, right? Because Cithra was gonna do it.
Another victory for House Laurent.
House Laurent. I think I agree with you, Percy. That Ranger Resolve is the best one-mana trick in the game. Should I be playing 3 of that card? There's only 2 of those in my deck. Should there be a 3rd Ranger's Resolve in my deck? I'm like basically never sad to draw it. 5/6 drops has felt a little much. You never want to. I don't know if I agree with you on that. Yeah, and I basically I don't know that I never want to is accurate, and I also feel like there are going to be games that like it's good with our spell mana for sure. You want a second strike? You want Relentless Pursuit? Oh, I like that. Speaking of spell mana. Elmhardt's been kinda whatever. Do I just like cut all my top end? This amount of top end's probably fine. Maybe this is better than the third resolve. Yeah, we have like 9 pieces of top end still, right? And I basically never want top end in my opener. Let's do that. And Dex pulled us back up to plat 3. That's nice. That's nice. Maybe I could justify keeping a single combat here, but I think the finding a 1 and a 2 is more important. This is a pretty bad starting hand, especially considering we're attacking on evens. The old 3-5 hand when we're attacking on evens.
I'm actually here.
My selection speaks for itself. Give him the claw.
Give him the claw.
Save your words. We speak with blades.
Don't ask where it's from. Ask how much.
Ask how much. Queuing into the Twisted Fate decks makes me wish I had 3 of these. 3 mana Pilfered Goods. Still really good with double Black Market Merchant in play, chat. Still very good. Hey, Crispy Taters, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Really appreciate you taking the time to hook that up. Welcome to Oglandia. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Just because it's been a while since I've plugged that. If anybody else out there, if you're not familiar with Twitch Prime you get for free if you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime. And you just link your Amazon account to your Twitch account. You get Twitch Prime included with that for free. And it gives you a free sub to a channel here on Twitch every single month at no additional cost to yourself. Think of it as taking $3 from Jeff Bezos and giving it someone to hear on Twitch making stuff. Lord knows we could use it more than he does. Yeah, I think the regular balance changes are awesome. I think a lot of the issues with Magic the Gathering that I've had in recent memory are because they don't balance their game proactively enough. And it's really refreshing playing a game that does balance their stuff regularly.
What is strength without style?
Treasures of the ages for a price.
What are the odds they play Get Excited? Non-zero? I kind of want to single combat my Garen. So, I could have this fight like this, but I think I'd rather have Garen do it, because once Garen struck twice, he'll level up and let us get more aggressive. You've led me down the Runeterra path, so much goodness. Thanks for 13 months, Dr. Bruhaha. I appreciate that. Garen has regeneration, so his health comes back here, which is great. I like Magic more than Runeterra because in Magic I have time to sit there brooding while my opponent sets up their unbeatable prison card matrix and think, man, I should really go back to school and get another degree. It's funny because it's true. Well, that's Twisted Fate's unfortunate. Am I single combating? Probably not. I guess I could technically level Garen here. I think just Lancering's better.
I've got your back.
That was free. Yikes. If they have a deal 2 or a deal 3 here, they could kill Garen. Am I supposed to play around another Mystic Shot or Get Excited? I feel like the answer is no, but like I also feel like if I do this and I lose, they have it, I lose. I don't know, I don't think I can beat Get Excited.
We must not relent.
So soon.
Alright, so this is going to regenerate back to 6. And we're going to get combat on their turn. So if they don't open attacks, we're going to open attacks probably. Although that's pretty good. Them opening attacks to kill this makes a lot of sense. Do I want to have this fight this? Probably not, because I can just play this before I attack now. That's a good one.
Stow the rations, shackle the prisoners!
I'm ready.
Come out.
Slow down, will ya? Oh no. Oh no. Hey, Garen lived. Am I supposed to... I think I'm supposed to single combat... I think I'm supposed to single combat the Rex there, actually. I would take a little bit extra damage, but I think that's correct.
What do you see, boy? We come. Oh, where that came from.
The Bannermen are here, chat. The Bannermen are here. I'd be better off if they didn't have a giant shark, but that's what it is.
Make them go boom!
We really don't want them to open on attacks. If they don't open on attacks, I can elite, which will let this trade with the shark.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one. Eyes open.
I don't think I've ever seen shark attack before. Yeah, usually games are over before then.
Raise the banner! Lift our spirits! We stand strong!
We stand strong. Do 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 do.
For the glory of Demacia! Raise the banner! Lift our spirits! We stand strong!
Da, 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 da. All right, so now I single. Wait, scouts work with the rally, right? So if I attack with this scout, I get to rally?
Ready, boy?
That's gross.
Buy me a flavoured lump!
Oh, I'm dumb. I needed to let this happen first.
Dog.
In my mind, I wanted to play around a burn spell, but playing around a burn spell that way means that I don't get to kill their 3-2. Yeah, I think that's wrong. Yeah, Garen might still just win the game, so.
Blood and sweat.
Definitely a mistake, but we're not just out of it, because our deck's real good. Sithra the Bold. Ha! Nailed it. Da-da-da-da. Professionalism, chat. Professionalism.
Yeah, you don't want to class me.
Demacia!
And he needs you to pay up. You made choices. Get yours.
Second Rex could get them out. Yeah, second Rex could definitely dig them out of the hole. Ooh, could be dead. Could be dead. Could be dead.
There's plenty of killing left. Stay resolute.
Alright, this is a card out of my deck, right? So the chances that this is a spell is really low.
One shot, all skill.
Oh, Ezreal's just lethal, right? Yeah, because Ezreal... That was a good game. If I hadn't missequenced my removal spell, they would have had one less blocker and taken an extra hit. I don't know if it would have been 5 damage, but it would have been closer. Yeah, really, really close game. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more with this before I call it. They have like this deck. Yeah, I think you're right that it wouldn't have quite been lethal. This scene's great. They're playing Noxious Aggro here. Darius Frigilord. No, I'm kind of hungry. This'll actually be the last game. No takesy backsies last game. Ooh, that's a good one.
Coming in hot! Smell that? A fight's a cooking.
Do I trade this here? I think so. I think I just trade these. So I want to try and keep my life total high in this matchup.
I long for a worthy opponent.
Fuse is lit! Head to the base! No one goes hungry! Death doesn't scare me.
This is a great exchange for us.
I figure.
It's a little annoying, but not the end of the world. If they don't open on attacks,
Oh, I can't wait.
I think we just do this.
Guard our citizens.
For the Empire.
So we're taking 4 here, but they don't have good attacks, right? I mean, they can get in for 2, but they throw away 2 units to do it.
My turn. Is this supposed to be a challenge?
I mean, like they're on the burn us out plan now, right?
Too easy. My shield is yours. I never. Oh God. I'll stop you.
Oh, come on! Give me the animation! Come on! Wow! Wow, way to leave me totally hanging, opponent. That is so rude. That's a heck of a good one to end on, but that is incredibly rude. I've never gotten to see the win the game animation. All right, I'm gonna Google it. There's a YouTube video with this somewhere. We're gonna watch it together because we've been denied the sweet release. It's cool. Of course it's cool. All the animations in this game are incredibly cool. Hey, Blad, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Just keeping me around. This is taking way too long. This is taking way too long. Alright, this I assume is it. Are you kidding me? We're still... Come on. Come on. I think this is an older... Yeah, this is an old UI. The attack, because, like, the hook has a different look, too. Yeah, this is from October 2019. This does not need to be a 4-minute video. Look at how great that is. Like that's, like, come on. Like, the fact that, like, I feel like the only thing I could need to tell you about how visually appealing Runeterra is versus how visually appealing, Magic Arena is that none of the alt win cons in Magic Arena have an animation, and every alt win con in this game has a sweet animation. Just, like, really shows that Riot gets what's important. Yeah, it really shows what's important. At any rate, I like this deck a lot. I think if you're looking for an aggro deck to beat people down with, this is a great one to play. Ranger's Resolve, I think Percy nailed it on the head. This is easily the best 1-mana trick in Runeterra, and this deck does a really good job of leveraging it. Yeah. All right, that's going to be it for me for today, folks. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with some more Magic into Runeterra. Again, I think we're doing Legacy for Magic, and then we're going to do 2 Runeterra decks again. Remember, if you have your own sweet Runeterra deck you'd like to see me play on stream at some point, you can submit it using the forum on my website. If you missed any of today's stream, this deck or the deck before it, those are all going to head up to my YouTube channel. The first deck will be published very soon. This deck will take a little bit to process, so it'll be live later tonight. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I'll catch all y'all around later. Hope to see you tomorrow.